Hey, Pamela.
Hey, hey.
Okay, y'all. So this is another
Taking my glasses.
another, another live um mothers overcoming grief with power. And we do this to empower moms. There are so many moms in the world right now that are hurting, that are losing their babies. And I say babies because no matter how old, our children get, they will always be our babies. And so our intention and our purpose of being here is to really just share our stories, to share our journeys, to share our love, to share our babies with the world, and to share the lessons that we've learned. And so today I have a super amazing mom with me today. And I'm super excited. And y'all, this conversation is really for you. And so I checked the comments. So if you have questions, just put them in the comments. I'll kind of scroll through. But we really want to have this conversation to empower women, to empower moms. So if you have questions, just put it in the comments, and we're going to get this started. So hey, Miss Pam.
Hi. How is everybody doing today, this evening?
Great. So we're going to start off, Pam, and it's okay if I call you Pam?
Of course. Yes.
Look, that's how people do. They cut my name off. They say Tiff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I'll just be like, it's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pam, just share your story, and share who Marcus is, who Marcus was with all of us.
All right. So I'm Pam, and Marcus was my only sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
I am married and I have a blended family. So with me, I have my oldest daughter. She'll be 29 this year. Marcus just turned 19 May 10th, and Essence just turned 11.
Mm-hmm.
So also with my husband, we had an 18-year-old. We have a daughter that's getting ready to be 20. I think two getting ready to be 20. Sorry if I'm messing up the ages or whatever.
That's
okay. But I prayed for a little boy after I had Darian. So it took me a while, but 10 years later, after having Darian, here comes Marcus. And Marcus has always been just active, full of energy. He was my sunshine. He was my sunshine. And he was curious. He was always, I would say, ahead of his time. Mm-hmm. So talked to him, just tried to keep him busy. Played football, started playing baseball at Gresham Park at I think maybe three. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe 3. And he did that for a few years. Then out here in Conyers, he played for the middle school as well as for one of the parks. And as he started to get older, he started to get a little curious.
Mm-hmm. As boys do.
Yeah,
look, all our boys are curious.
Mm-hmm. So we, swim lessons. We just tried to keep him active. But in the midst of us trying to keep him active, he was also just curious about what was going on in the world. And no matter what we did, it was kind of hard to just keep him away from that. Mm-hmm. So in the midst of that,
and you know what?
He had a
when you say it's hard to keep them away from that, even more now because of social media and the phone. It's like I think about it sometimes. You know how in the Bible they say that the tree, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. It's like it's almost like the cell phone is that tree. Like it's in every child's hand. Like you have access to everything. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
So that was it. He was just he was a boy. Mm-hmm. He was just a little boy. So he just all I can say is he was curious. Mm-hmm. was curious about guns and just wanted to be, I guess, that kid, you know,
right.
like everyone.
Yeah.
He never had to want for anything,
Right.
you know. I wouldn't say messed up with that, but I just kind of loved my kids. I love my kids. So, you know, I gave them the things that they need as well as the things that they wanted.
Right.
You know, and I felt like doing that would keep them from like going out trying to do, you know, get fast money or whatever. But that's I'm not gonna say that was my baby. That's my baby.
Right. Exactly.
That's my baby.
So let me ask you a question. Like, do you feel comfortable just like sharing with everybody like what happened to Marcus?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I will go back to July 6th of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Just from the beginning of the day, I'll tell what happened just the start of the morning. Like a typical morning for me, getting up, getting ready for work. This was the summer, so when school was in, Marcus would get his sister on the school bus, and we would go to work, and they would both let us know. Essence would let us know when she got to school. Marcus would let us know she's on the bus. So this was the summer, and I walked down the hall because his room was like the first one off, you know, coming out the living room, whatever. And I was leaving, and I told Essence, bye. I love her. See you later. Told Marcus, bye. I see you later. I love you. Make sure your sister gets off with Papa Artist because my father-in-law was taking her to camp. He said, okay, Ma, I love you too. That was it. I go to work. Typical day. We had fun at work. One of my coworkers came in, and it was her last day of chemo. So that day was just so exciting for us. And she told me, I was like, let's take a picture. Let's do a TikTok. And she was like, oh my God, I've gone to all these people and told them this was my last day, and you're the only one that's really celebrated me. Like, and it was just a happy day.
Right.
We were just so happy. So after I was sitting there working, and all of a sudden it was like something just like knocked the breath out of me. Like, you got to go. And I told the other nurse I work with, I was like, I got to go, like in the middle of everything. But I didn't know why I had to go. I didn't feel like anything had happened. I just knew I had to go.
Right.
So on the way home, I called to see if everybody wanted something to eat. So I called Marcus. Marcus didn't answer, but that wasn't unusual for him not to answer.
Yeah.
You know, he'll not answer, and then call back. So he didn't answer. So I called my husband and see, you know, y'all want something to eat? Is Marcus there? He was like, no, Marcus not there. And I was talking to my mom, and I said to my mom, I was like, I was trying to call Marcus to see if he wants something to eat, but I'm not going to worry about it because he's probably going to come in with something. So Marcus never called. I went to JR Cricket. I'm a people person. I don't meet strangers. So this guy was telling me that his birthday was July 4th. So we were having karaoke. You know, we were just having a ball. At this time now, it's almost maybe, I want to say it's past the 6 o'clock hour at this time. So I leave, I come home, I eat. After I finish eating with the family, still haven't heard from Marcus. Again, that's not out of the ordinary for Marcus.
Right.
So I'm tired. I go lay down. I'm sleeping. Marcus' dad calls me. It has to be maybe 7 o'clock, and he says, "Hey, Marcus' dad. He would come up here a few times a week and just hang out with Marcus. Take him out. And they would just whatever." So he said, "Hey, I've been trying to call. We call Marcus Petey, so that's his nickname. I've been trying to call Petey. He hadn't called me back." And I was like, "Oh," I said, "I tried to call him. He didn't call me back either." So by that time, I text him Petey, because normally when I text him, that's all I say. He'll say, "Hey, Mom, I'm on the way," whatever. So he didn't respond. Then I was like, Marcus, okay. Because nobody ever thinks, you know, that's going to be us. So then I laid back down to get ready to go back to sleep, and my daughter called. And she said, "Hey, Mom," my oldest daughter, she said, "My dad is here. He's been trying to reach Petey. He can't get in touch with Petey, you know, like, what?" And I was like, "Dang." So I said to my husband, because he was like sitting up watching the game or something, I said, "Did Petey come in? Did Marcus come in the house?" He was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I'm like, I turn over, and the doorbell rings. And so I'm looking at my husband like, "You're not going to answer the door?" And he said, "I'm seeing who it is on the ring." So he said it's 2 officers. So I was like, well, I know I've been at work all day. I ain't did nothing.
Right.
I'm chilling. And he leaves out the room, answers the door. He comes back. And we've been over here for a while in the neighborhood that we're in. So we know Conyers is not really big, you know. So the officer that came to the door, we know her well since Marcus was in 3rd grade. So when she came to the door, I was like, hey, miss, you know, how you doing or whatever. And the look that was on her face, she gave me this look of, I'll never forget it. It was a horrible look. And I said to her, is my baby okay? And when I said that, her head went like this. Oh.
Just take a minute. Cause I'm over here getting emotional because I can only imagine, like, oh my God.
So I remember next, because I was in the living room. So I remember next sitting on the side of my bed. And she was sitting there, and I said to her, is he okay? Can I go see him? Like, is he at the hospital? Like, is he okay? And she said no. She said he's not okay. She said they were at the horse park, and I think they were trying to do a TikTok video or whatever. But she said the gun that they were playing with, they thought it was unloaded,
right?
Because the clip and the bullets, like everything was in the back seat. And she said they thought it was unloaded. So the person that Marcus was with, he said that Marcus had the gun and he was getting ready to, I guess, sit down in the car, and some kind of way it went off. But they said like he was gone instantly,
right.
You know, and she said like he didn't feel anything. He was gone. So we were able to, you know, it was on the ring with him leaving that day, but that's all I have.
Right.
Like, you know, I don't have any, that's all I have. So it's better. At first, I honestly didn't think that I would be able to. I didn't think, if anybody would have told me that I would be here doing this with you today, I wouldn't believe them.
Yeah.
Because I just thought like, and it's still bad. It's still horrible. It's still horrible. But I believe that when we're born, you know, that our death date is already set. So I often think if he didn't go that way, what, you know, would it have been a car accident? What would it have been that day? Was that his day?
Right.
You know, I was angry at first. I mean, I had to ask God for forgiveness because I was angry with God. I was angry with a lot of people.
Look, when I tell you the anger, I think, yeah, I was angry for a long time. Yeah. And it took a minute to get, and yeah. I think sometimes I'm still angry. I try to pretend like I'm not angry,
mm-hmm.
but I am. I'm angry at people. I'm angry, yeah.
Yeah.
Angry at a lot of stuff. And I try to say it's the angry part of me.
Yeah.
Because it's not all of me, but there is a part of me that is still like pissed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's just to the point to where for me, I just still have. I think the worst part is just having so many unanswered questions.
Yeah,
it's just so many unanswered questions, and I don't know. I wake up every day, and I just thank God. I ask God to give me strength to just to keep my mental health, you know, because this is a lot. Just to give me the strength to be here for my husband, for the girls, for my grandboys, just to be able to go to work and help people every day and give them hope, without them not even knowing that I'm going through what I'm going through.
Yeah. You bring up, when you speak about your husband, I know like that has been hard for me. you know, because it's like, I don't care what nobody say. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about me, but I think angel moms, like, we take it a little bit better than dads. And it's just, it's been really hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How has it been for you? Like,
well, but with Marcus' dad, I'm not with Marcus' dad, but we're really good friends. You know, we're really good friends. So he's taking it hard. He's really taking it hard. My husband is he is definitely my rock. I don't know how both of us just ended up like together, because what I'm trying to say is, a few years ago, my husband lost his son at 18 as well. You know, not the same way. It was medical issue, but we lost another son at 18. So with him already dealing with it, it's almost like he knows how to handle me. He knows what to say. He knows how to tell me to handle the things that I'm going through.
Yeah.
And I appreciate him, because in the mornings before he go to work, he hold me and he pray, and we pray. And he just helps me get through so much. Yeah. And I've spoken with people to say, you know, since this has happened, my relationship, you know, it's gone down, but it seems like it's drawing us closer. You know, it's like he knows when not to say something or when to say something, but he just has my back, and I appreciate him so much. And it just seems like that the tragedies that we've had in our life, it seems like it just brought us closer. You know, it's just brought us closer.
You know, when I hear stuff like that, Pamela, you know what I think about? It's almost like, it makes me wonder, like, even hearing you share that, like when you said we all have like this death date, like everybody comes into this world with a mission, and there's like this date, right? It almost makes me wonder, like, and it's weird, but like, it's like you had it, like you and your husband having the same exact experience, him being able to support you through it. Like, it's like God prepared you, like made sure that you had the right people around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what happens, like, I got her. I'm gonna make sure that, you know, she has this man that has been through it, and he's there to support her. Like, when I hear stuff like that, it's just, it makes me wonder, like, is this all ordained or what? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, even for myself, like, all of them, like, I've done training, counseling, like background counseling, training, like all type of stuff, like to the point, like, when it happened, from a mental, emotional, spiritual standpoint, I knew how to deal with myself. I knew who to call. You know, I knew how to, like, deal with the different things that was coming up for me. So it makes me wonder, like, dang, you know, in a weird type of way, I was prepared. And so I'm hearing the same thing with you, like, in a weird type of way, it's like you was kind of prepared because you had this solid rock support system that had been through it before.
And that's weird. I mean, just hearing you say that, last year, my mom and my dad, they did a family trip for the like, for my mom have 2 girls. So me and my sister, our kids, their spouses, their kids, you know, so it was like they chartered a bus. We went to Florida, and it was like, my mom was on me about this trip. She was like, plan this trip. We have to do this trip. Like, she stayed on me about this trip. And I remember planning it, and I said, well, what do you want me to, what's the budget, or what do you want me to get from everybody? And it was like, don't worry about that. I don't care about that. Whatever you find, I got it. We just all we need to do this trip. So deep down inside, I'm thinking, dang, does my mom know something? Like, is she, you know, she getting ready to leave us? Like, what's the thing? Only to, like, not even a year later, to maybe, was it a year later? I can't remember. But just to lose Marcus.
Right.
You know, and it was almost like we were all supposed to be on that last family trip together, because we always take family trips.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm thinking that, you know, dang, is, you know, something going on with my mom, my dad, you know, it's like, it was my child, you know. And I don't know. You know, this is a group, this is a club, of course, nobody wants to be a part of. Nobody wants to be a part of. But
nobody.
You know, we're here. Nobody.
None of us.
We're here. And my biggest thing, what I want to do, not only this Angel Mom, I want to talk to the young boys and the young girls, and I want them to know the impact of, once this happens and you guys are gone and we bury you or whatever we're going to do, it doesn't stop there. You know, I still have triggers when I, like Wednesdays. Wednesdays are not good for me because that's the day it happened, you know.
Yeah.
And I noticed last Wednesday, you know, was Marcus' birthday. Tonight I'm doing this, and I'm like, we're putting some more spins on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, just to be behind the ambulance and seeing them go somewhere, and I know that they were going to my child on Wednesday, July 6th. You know, the unmarked SUVs with the dark windows that was at my house. When I see, even today, when I pass them, it's like a trigger. It sends me back there.
Yeah.
Just seeing young boys walk down the street skinny with the skinny jeans on, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, you know. But it's definitely, I can say I'm doing a lot better. I'm not 100%, but
and I don't think
I'm doing a lot better. Yeah.
And
but I'm doing a lot better.
Yeah, and I think the beautiful thing about you, Pamela, is just, I think sometimes we think that, like, we're supposed to not have those moments where we get teary-eyed and express emotions.
Yeah.
And I think that's normal, right? And to be able to just move through that emotion and allow yourself to feel it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then, you know, once you feel it, then it moves on out. And I think sometimes we try to hold it in. But what I'm realizing, like, it's okay to express that, because, like, even when you were expressing your emotion, like, I felt it. And, you know, it's just like in that moment, you feel the love, like the deep love that's there. And sometimes I think that's what's missing in the world, is just us being able to really connect with our hearts, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's beautiful to me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you talk about the triggers. The triggers. And the thing about the triggers is we don't even know what is going to trigger.
And the thing about it, it's like you're having a good time. You're having a good time. You're not even thinking about anything. I was at my cousin's wedding a couple weeks ago, and we were having a good time. And they did the mother and son dance. And it hit me. Oh my God.
Like,
I
gotta
would
go.
never be able to do that.
Right. Trigger. Yeah.
And it's
that would have got me
right
too.
There. Yeah, like right there. And I talked to myself like, no, Pam, not now. You know, I'm like, no. But it's like, it's just a rush. Yeah. And it's just stuff like that. It's like, we can have a big family function, and you look around the room and you're like, dang, that one person is missing.
Yep.
You know, it's days where I'm cooking and I need something from the store, and I could, Marcus, go to the store for me, or Marcus, go do that. little stuff like that, coming home from work, pulling in the driveway, and just him coming out helping me with my bag. Now Essence does that. She took over the job, of doing that. But I thank God for the 18 years, and I also thank him for the memories that I have, because I have more good ones than bad ones. But we're going to be okay. Yeah, we're going to be okay.
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of moms will be like, I think, yeah, I hear a lot of moms, they'll be like, I'll never be okay. And I think to translate that, yeah, we'll never be okay with living life without our child, right? And, if we could peep into heaven and have a conversation with our boys, I'm sure they would want us to be okay,
Yeah.
like they would want us to move on. I was Sunday, and that's another thing. We both just had our first Mother's Day. No, you had a Mother's Day last year, or is this? No, this is your first Mother's Day too. This is my first Mother's Day, and the first thing that came to me, I'm like, it's not a happy Mother's Day.
Right.
Why do people keep saying it's for me, it's not a happy Mother's Day? And that was the first thing that just came to my brain. Like, it's not a happy Mother's Day. And so I just
I guess the thing, like, for me, even like my birthday, even Mother's Day, you really just want to lay in the bed and you just want to either sleep the day away or cry the day away. But then when I think about, I have other children, that's not fair to them. I'm their mom too, so let them celebrate me. You know what I'm saying? Let them celebrate me, and I wanted to do that. That's a lot of times I don't want to get out the bed. I just want to stay in the bed all day. I don't want to show up for anything. And a lot of times when I have those moments, they let me have those moments, and I appreciate that. They let me have those moments. But the one thing that does bother me is when people say, "Oh, get out of that. You'll be okay. Get out of that. You got to get back to doing what you used to do. You got to get back to doing that." When you can pick up the phone and call each one of your children, don't tell me what I need to do.
Right.
Let me take my time. Let the other moms take their time. You don't know what we're going through.
Exactly.
You don't know what we're going through. I have both my parents, so I can't tell anybody it's gonna be okay. They go, no, I don't know how it's gonna be. Yeah. So if you haven't lost a child, don't tell people it's gonna be okay. They're gonna be fine. And I even had someone to say to me when I said, they told me that my child was gone at 5:15 p.m. I was still at work. I left work. I went to get something to eat. I sat at a little spot waiting on my food. I came home at 8. I didn't find out my baby was gone until after 9 o'clock that night. This is all on the news, like heavy police presence, stay out of the area. If you can post that, nobody told me that my baby was gone. So my thing was, I wish I could have went to the scene, or I wish I could have done something. Right. It's like, that was my child.
Right.
So I'm just living a normal day and my baby is laid out somewhere dead.
Right.
And for somebody to say, well, if you would have been there, would they have brought him back? That was horrible to me. And I just feel like now I'm at the point where if someone says something that I don't like, I just leave them alone for a minute until I feel okay with it.
Yeah, I think, and that I'm glad that you brought it up, because it's sort of like a catch-22 for people. Because I think what I've noticed being on this journey is a lot of people don't know what to say, and they're afraid to say anything, right? And so then it just kind of leaves us isolated because there's so many people that are afraid and they don't know what to say. But then there are some people that say stuff that make you be like, okay, you could have kept that one. Like you could have kept that. So it just, and either way though, it just kind of leaves us in this weird place because, you know, we want to be a part of, like, be connected with people. And, you know, in an ideal world, it would be great if life could go back the way it was, but it never will, right? So we're just out here trying to recreate a whole new life. And then you're having to deal with ignorance. I guess that's the best way I can put it. Like, or we could say they're insensitive, you know,
insensitive or just unaware, like, of maybe just unaware of what they're saying. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate, I appreciate the calls and the texts for just the, how you're doing. I'm thinking about you, you know. And like I was telling you, I have a few people that will send me messages or something and say, you know, you're so strong, isn't it? And I'm like, I'm not strong, you know, like I don't feel like I'm strong.
Yeah.
But just one day at a time.
And that's, you was talking about that earlier when you was like, you know, the people around you, they see that, you know, your strength of how you move and how you've moved before this happened and how you've moved after this happened. And, you know, like, I hear that a lot too for myself. And sometimes what I'm starting to realize is, you know, I'm learning how to take responsibility for, you know, the strength, the courage, and the power that it takes to keep moving forward. And, you know, I think for most of my life, I haven't been responsible for that. And so when I heard you say that, you know, what was there is like, well, Pamela, have you ever stopped to step outside of yourself and really look at you? Because this situation has had me to really stop and look at all of the things that I've been through in my life and all of the things that I've overcome, and really, like, to have to acknowledge myself, but really give myself grace. Because I think for most of my life, I've been really hard on myself. Like, it's never enough. Tiffany, you're never enough. Or, you know, you don't matter. Just like all of these insecurities. But I promised myself that I was going to give myself a year to not judge, not criticize, not do any of that. And I think just in this space, I've had time to really look at myself. And so even in saying that, you know, have you ever just stopped to look at yourself, like to just step outside and look, you know?
I just keep going.
Yep.
I just keep going. I just keep going. I just go day to day, all the necessary things that need to be done, and I just keep going. I just keep going. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I think that's great. And, you know, going through this, it's like we don't even know where we're going to. And so I'm like, where I was going, I don't even want to go there no more, because I wanted to be there with Cameron. And since Cameron can't go, I don't want to go no more. Right. And so it's just been like, now I'm like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do now? And so I've had to just stop and just be like, okay, well, who the hell are you? And so I've just been asking those questions like, well, who are you, Tiffany? What do you really like? What do you really want? You know, and it hasn't been easy to answer those questions. You know, but I've just been like really in the inquiry. And a part of that is just looking at like, okay, well, what are you really good at? Or what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? You know? And so that may be something to really look at, Pamela, like to just kind of stop and just look. What are all these people saying about me that may be accurate, you know? I know I was talking to you one day, and you said you wanted to create a like a scholarship fund.
Yeah, and we're waiting. Of course, now we'll have to wait till the next school year. But yeah, I wanted to do a scholarship fund for a kid that, because Marcus, he was not a straight A student, but he wasn't a dummy either. Like he was smart. He did his work when he wanted to. You know, I remember one of the teachers called me and she was just like, I'm so angry because he had like a whole semester and I give him this whole booklet that he turned in 3 days to pass the class. You know, like why he didn't do it then. And I was telling the teachers, I said, I want to do a scholarship fund for a kid that you guys have witnessed just like do a 360. And they were like, well, what guidelines do you want? And I told them, just for my child, I don't want to do they have to have a 3.0 or 3.5. I don't want to do that.
Right.
Just the minimal things with the kids, like, you know, graduation requirements, that they meet that. And just the kids that, like I said, you actually saw these kids just go from 0 to 100. You know, where a lot of kids don't come from a nice heated or cooled home with lights and everything. You know, a lot of kids come to school from a shelter or whatever. Like, I want to give a kid the opportunity, just the Marcus Schaefer scholarship. And I have it. I don't have it in front of me, but everything that it means, you know, what it means. And I wish my husband could pull it up for me real quick. I can read it off for you guys. But basically, it's just a child that just did a 360,
right,
you know, and
right.
and it won't be a lot to, you know, to start out with, but it'll be enough for a couple books, you know, maybe if you're going to a technical school, you know, for a semester. But I wanted to do that. I also wanted to, like, you're in Atlanta, and I see a lot of stuff with Atlanta and DeKalb County, but I'm the angel mom that's going to represent Conyers. You know, we have stuff going on here too.
Right.
So, you know, we need to see what are we doing to keep our teens out the street. What kind of teen support we have for our young boys, you know, for our youth. Those are things that I know that I want to do for the summer, you know, when the summer. And my thing is, I've always watched when these kids get out of school, some of them don't return back because of they were killed or something like that. And here I am, my child was taken in the summer, you know. So it's just so much that I want to do, and it's like it's just all over the place. Some days I want to do it and I have it written down and I'm ready and I'm geared up, and then the next day it's like, you know.
And that's normal. Look, that's normal.
Yeah.
I was talking to my coach, and I was like, I need to schedule time where I can just shut down and just check out. That's what I call it, check out time. I think everybody, all angel moms need check out time, whether it's a day, a couple days, a week, where you could just check out.
That's it.
And so I said, yeah, I'm gonna schedule checkout time. So it's okay in those moments. You just gotta schedule in your checkout time, and then when you're ready to check back in, then you check back in.
Right. I know that's right.
Because the thing about, like, and I'm noticing about you, and probably a lot of us, is if we sat down for 2 weeks and did nothing, we would be bored. We would be really bored.
No, I wouldn't.
Are you like, no, you got me wrong.
I have too much stuff around the house. Like I definitely wouldn't be bored.
Oh, you would be okay.
I wouldn't be bored, but I would be okay. But I would enjoy the moment of just not doing anything as far as answering my phone or, you know, stuff like that. I would enjoy that, but I would find something to do.
So look, so on the girls' trip, you'll be okay sitting at the pool, not ripping and running, going over.
That would be me. Yes, I'll be fine. I'll hold the purses. Y'all can go on. I'm good. Until the music come on now, because I dance. I'll dance and have a good time. But yeah. So.
Right. So if there was one thing, Pamela, that you would tell, like if there was a mom that was out there and she just lost her baby, what would you tell her?
Whew. I would tell her to pray. To pray and just ask God for strength. Because for one, don't let the anger take over, because the devil is busy. The devil is busy. Don't let the anger take over. Pray, and especially if you have other kids, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's your only child, of course that too. But like I told you, the first time when you did this, the first one, I heard the angel mom when she said that her child said she didn't only lose her brother, but she lost her parents, because she felt like they didn't do what they were supposed to do, or they didn't, I guess, like show up 100% like they did. And that kind of like woke me up a little bit, because I know it was some things like, I don't want to go to the park today. I don't
Right.
want to, I don't want to cook mac and cheese anymore, because that was Marcus' favorite. I don't want to cook rice anymore. Like, it was just certain things that I felt like I don't want to do it anymore because Marcus is not here. And you have to keep going. You have to keep going for yourself and for others around you that love you.
Right.
Because let me tell you something, just even as far as your health, even as far as your health, because I mean, I've been to the heart doctor, like just certain things that since that's happened to me, the stress, like if you can just sometimes, and it sounds like it's nothing, but if you can just remember to breathe, like if you can just stop and just take a deep breath, and just say, I got this, Lord, I got this. I know you have me. I can do this. Because sometimes, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I honestly felt myself going into a really, really dark place.
Yeah.
A really dark place that I felt like at the moment I could do whatever I was told to do. I could do it. That's just how low I felt myself, because I felt like I've never felt this pain in my life, and it's a pain that I can't even describe. Like it's horrible. I mean, it's horrible to wake up every day and be like, dang. Like sometimes I really wake up and walk by Marcus' room and like, this boy is really gone.
Yeah, me too.
Like honestly, I'm like, he is really gone. And then I go in his room and I fuss at him. I look up and I fuss at him.
I ain't tried that one. I'm gonna have to do that.
Oh yeah. I go in there and I fuss at him and I'm like, I told you, we talked about this. We talked about guns and I told you this. So
yeah.
But just to pray, and get a good, hopefully they have a good support system. If not, get counseling, because counseling did help us. It really, really, really helped, to sit down and talk to someone and just hear some of the things that you just never heard before. And I'm even thinking about going back to counseling. Like I don't think it's like a end time or a number of times, like, okay, you did 20, that's it. It's ongoing. And even for my youngest daughter, it's like, I think about like with her, like we brought her home from the hospital here. So the entire time she's been here, she's been in the house with Marcus, Marcus, and their dad. And now it's like, it's just us three. So I'm sure it's hard for her to be in the house with two old people all the time, you know what I'm saying, trying to do TikToks and stuff. So I pray for her, and I don't know, like I said, just keep your head up, stay strong, pray.
It was something. So it was. I saw a post and I a comment, and we talked about this before. Like I know I hear a lot of moms saying like when to go back to work. Like, you know, like some moms say I couldn't go back to work. And I know for me, I don't think I could have just sat around and did nothing. Like it was just like in an ideal world, it would be great if we can get all Angel moms like a year off, like all expenses paid. We got you. Just take a year to get yourself together. And life doesn't really work like that. And I don't know. Well, you already said you would be fine. We'd be like, what Pamela at? You'd be like, girl, I'm on the beach.
Or Walmart. You can catch me at Walmart.
Right, I'm at Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart.
Come on over to the house. We sitting down barbecuing.
Yeah, I took a month off, maybe a little over a month when it first happened, and then I went back to work, and then once I got back to work, maybe I don't know, a few weeks, I had to take another month off. I had to take a month off because I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready, but I wasn't ready. So I had to take another month off, and once I went back to work, I went per diem, so I work as needed, but I do a lot of other stuff, so it's almost like I'm not. But I think I'm ready to, to go back to work full time. It gives me, I'm a fertility nurse, so my job every day is to help women and men, and just create families. So I enjoy doing that. I enjoy talking to and teaching and the people that have no hope, because I've tried this before. I've tried this several times. I'm never going to have a baby. I'm this, I'm that. So I'm that person that comes in to say, don't talk like that. You can do this and this, and I'm giving them all this encouragement and this and that. And then I walk out the room like, girl, high-fiving yourself. You did, you can do this. So I'm like, I'm helping other people to stay strong and do what they have to do. And it's like, dang, I often say, man, if they only knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they only knew what I was going through, but so.
But does it, when you're
take as much time as you need, or as much time as you can.
Right.
But don't rush back into it, and just try not to be angry with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because of course you want to take it out on everybody, but you can't. You can't, and everybody don't deserve it.
Right.
So everybody don't. So I like I said, I did a month and maybe then longer. So altogether, probably almost like 3 months.
Yeah.
So
when you're helping people and when you're empowering the moms and the dads, like, does it, like, when you walk out of there, does it just kind of like do something to you? Like, does it, because I know sometimes, like, when I'm able to empower somebody else or to help somebody else, in that moment, it just gives me like this sense of like, it just fulfillment. Like, it makes me feel good to have been able to take a break from my world for a minute.
Yep, it does.
And then like back to reality.
Yeah, it does. It really makes a difference. And it's like, because of the things that you did, and because of, you had something to do with, especially when we get, positive pregnancy tests or pictures of babies. It's like, you're helping someone else, create life, and, enjoy the moments of being a parent. Because, even though I did lose my child, I have experienced motherhood. I'm still experiencing motherhood. So it gives me joy to be able to bless and help other families to do that as well. So That, and it does take a load off. It does take a load off me, and it helps me. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, let me look through here, y'all. It's 7:49. Let me see. Um, yeah, we do. I got you. I am Kitty. Hold on. I want to make sure that we kind of address anybody's comments and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all got comments or questions, y'all can ask. I'm just looking back through the ones. Amazing Ree, that's me. Said I'm still numb. I lost my son November 19th, 2020. It's hard. What would you say to her, Pam?
I can't say, I definitely can't say it's going, I definitely can't say it's going to get easier, or I can just say keep praying. Just keep asking God every day to give you strength.
Yeah.
To just she's further than I am, you know. So just ask God every day just to give you strength to just make it.
Yeah.
And just be the best, you know, do the best you can. And you know, nobody's asking you to just, you know, just save the world or anything, but just do the best you can. And that's basically, that's all we can do. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's the best we can. And if you feel to the point to where you need to get some help, some counseling or something, like get you some help. You know, reach out to somebody, talk to someone, and just keep pushing.
Right. And
yeah, just keep pushing.
It's so interesting because what I was saying, one of the reasons why I want to do this is because talking, sharing helps.
It does.
So like sharing, share with as many people as you can, your story, share what you've been through. And one of the beautiful things that Pamela displayed just immediately coming on this call, y'all, is allow yourself to feel what you feel. Like you don't have to hold it in for anybody. And so even like at the beginning, for some of you that were here at the beginning, like when Pamela first started sharing, you could feel, you know, the emotions and the love that was there. And so, you know, with being numb is almost like there's a part of you that doesn't want to feel it, that wants to protect you and isolate you and not feel. And so, to just give yourself permission to feel, because I don't think you cannot, like, I don't think we can do this grief thing without feeling the emotion.
Oh no.
It's almost like there is no way around. You got to go through it.
Right.
And so, yeah. So y'all, well, this has been an amazing conversation, Pamela. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
Just even today, as you know, today is that day. It's like it's a challenging day, but you still, you know, was willing to be of service and to share your story and to be so authentic and vulnerable, you know.
Yeah.
I know
that's what I was telling you earlier today when you sent me the video, and I was like, oh, I should have waited till I got home, you know. And I was with a patient. I ran to the bathroom, and I was like, ooh, but it was really nice. I appreciate.
So sorry.
No, you're fine. I appreciate everything. This platform that you put together, you know, it helped me because as soon as I saw it on Instagram, I like just instantly went, you know. I messaged you and I'm like, you know, I'm sorry and I want to be a part of this. Like, let's get together and let's just, you know, just surround other moms, get out there and talk to the teens. Like, let's try to, I know we can't stop it,
right?
But, you know, just put a dent in it if we can, you know. So I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. And like I said, it really helps me because that's my first time really speaking about, I have friends that's on here that probably didn't know the story that happened with Marcus, you know, so that was my first time like really telling what happened from that day, July 6th, you know.
Right.
So
Well,
yeah.
awesome. Well, yep. I say angel moms are the most powerful women on the planet. And my commitment is that, look, we come together. Well, I don't want, look, I was going to say mothers, not angel moms. I was going to say angel moms, but no, we don't want no more angel moms. But
no, we don't.
Mothers.
Let's close this group out, y'all.
I know. Like, but as mothers, if we come together and support each other, then we can really, you know, help our children, and we can really create safe communities for our kids to grow up in, because it's really going to take moms. Yeah. I know everybody will say, no, it's moms. I say it's moms. It's us to make the difference. So, all righty, y'all. Well, next Wednesday, I will not be having a live. I'll be in Chicago. And so it'll be the following Wednesday. But this Sunday, y'all, we're going to do a Zoom. And I really want to do a Zoom and talk to all the angel moms about Mother's Day. Like, how was your Mother's Day? Like, I really want to have a conversation. On live is cool, but I don't get to really connect and talk to all of you. So this Sunday at 3:00, we're going to do a Zoom where we get the opportunity to just connect and, you know, share, like, how was your Mother's Day? And anything else that you want to share. But it's an opportunity for us to come together. And so if you want to be a part of that, go to angelmomcollective.com, or you can go to forevercameron.org, either one. But the Angel Mom link is there where you can sign up, put your information there, and I'll be sending out Zoom links. I'll send out Zoom links Saturday night and Sunday morning. So I love each and every one of you. Thank you all for showing up and being here. It really makes a difference. I say we send love out into the universe when we all come together under one purpose and one intention. And thank you, Pamela, for being here. And I hope you all have an amazing evening. And I will see you all later.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye, y'all.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.